why do I think that everyone thinks that most people who are racist are white?
Because you're white?
Why do you think that?
Why do I think that most people think that racist
people are white?
Are white?
Yeah.
Like,
well, I think in the U.S.
brown and black people aren't racist.
Like other races aren't capable,
or they're not accused of being racist that much.
Usually people use the power dynamic in that argument of like white people have the power, so like if other races aren't in power, then they can't be racist. I don't know if at that point it's just prejudice, but I definitely feel like people cannot like other races regardless.
Prejudice.
Of,
that's a word that used to be used.
Yeah.
Now it went right to racist.
Yeah.
Remember that? Like when I was younger, it was prejudice.
Yeah.
You're prejudiced against me. You're prejudiced, bro.
Because
now
prejudice can be anything. It doesn't have to pertain to race specifically, right? A prejudice can be
of course,
if you're male, if you're gay, if you're you know what I mean. It can be racism specifically. I think obviously has to do with the color of your skin. I think it's because you're white and in America.
That's what I think too.
Because
I feel
there's
hear
racism within, there's colorism within black people. I mean, light-skinned black people are treated better than dark-skinned black people are. I think there's racism between other minorities too. If you go, listen, I don't want to speak on this. I'm a white girl from Williamstown, Massachusetts. It's not. But in conversations, conversations with other people, right? But in conversations with other people that I'm close with, racism manifests itself in a lot of different kind of ways. But I think in the U.S., yes, because white people are the majority of the population. That's the narrative, is that white people. And I've talked to some black people who say black people can't be racist.
Yeah.
And I listen to that argument and I see that point of view. To me, it doesn't completely add up, but there's some valid points there.
Yeah.
Black people can't be racist?
I know some folks, again, I don't want to speak on anybody's behalf, but I've been told that before.
Well,
why can't they?
Well, like I said, I feel like that argument relates back to the power dynamic, whereas like the minority isn't in power, so they can't show, because racism has to do, I feel like, with the etymology of it, or the definition has to do with there's like a power dynamic to it. And again,
I just thought it was the belief that one race is superior to the other.
Yeah, but I also think it can be a case-by-case basis. I think anytime you're treating somebody differently based on the color of their skin, to me, in my mind, that's what defines racism.
Yeah, that's
right.
I
mean, King obviously said it best. Like, character. Yeah, your character. I'm going to judge you on your character. Not the.
Have you ever been? Do you ever feel like you've gotten any kind of? Because I have like a clear example that happened actually right in front of this building.
What?
Like I was walking down and this dude called me a peckerwood, which I was like, that's crazy.
A black guy?
Yeah.
But you think he called you that because you're white?
Yeah, because that's a white.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, that's like a white slur. We have the worst.
It is. Well,
slurs.
You never see Back to the Future?
No. You know that I haven't.
Who are you looking at? Peckerwood? No.
I didn't know that was no, leave that in.
I didn't know
that was a term for white people.
I didn't know either until I walked away from the situation. They're like, he just called you that. You're gonna really like. Yeah. And I was like, I'm not gonna get out here and be like, all right, brother, like you're not gonna disrespect.
But for the most part, like white insults, like, you called me a cracker,
honky cracker,
which that comes from whip cracking.
Oh,
really?
I think so. Yeah, right. Check that out. Yeah. No, he's a whip cracker.
Before you make
cracker. No, I think it is.
What was your source? Trust me, brother.
Trust me, brother.
What are you looking at?
Is it weird that I'm not? Oh God. It's a tough conversation to have, but is it weird that I'm not offended? Like if somebody called me a Becky.
That's what I'm saying. Like the white insults are not. They're weak.
That's why I think people will say too, like you can't be like white people can't experience that racism, because like you do hear those things, and it's not like there's all those years of whatever linked to the word you're being called. It's like you're kind of like honky, like good one. So it's like,
And also, I am white, and I have experienced advantages in my life because I'm white.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm like, I can't really fault you. You know?
Yeah, I'm definitely not one of those.
I mean, if you're going to treat me,
that, because there are people out there. I've never experienced white privilege. It's like,
that I think is ridiculous.
That's white privilege.
That's white privilege right there.
That's the irony of it, dude. Like
being able to be so ignorant to that.
It's invisible. You know, like you don't.
Right. But because I think people are offended by the word privilege. Like if you've never been privileged, if you grew up poor and worked hard your whole life,
well, that's where I think people
still don't really have a pot to piss in. Like, you're a little mad at the world. And so when somebody looks at you and tells you have privilege when you're just trying to keep the light bill on, I can understand why people have that reaction. I think it's a misunderstanding of what the term means. It means that when you go into Target in Berkshire County or wherever primarily white area, chances are people aren't going to follow you around.
Yeah, the security guard is not going to double check you. You know what I mean? It's 100%. And
I've experienced white. I benefit from white privilege.
Every white person
I have gotten pulled over.
People of color can be racist.
I've gotten pulled over before.
Yes,
you know,
and I had